Hey, hello, hello, hello. How y'all good people doing on this wonderful Saturday afternoon? This is your girl Shantae with Exhale Breathe. Like, share, subscribe, invite folks in, and let's get to it. A recap from 2 weeks ago. Um, really talked about giving yourself grace and seeing some of the positives out of the trauma and abuse that you have endured, right? Um, I talked about, my children, the roles, some of the roles that they have played in my life, and some of the decisions that they have made, good and bad. And so, let's get into it. First, I want to start by saying I hope everyone has had a wonderful, blessed couple of weeks. I know last weekend was Valentine's. I hope y'all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope y'all was loved on if you had to love on yourself like I did. Um, then I hope that it was really a wonderful day and experience for you all. Um, which is part of my healing journey is learning to love on myself. And I did. I cooked myself a dinner. I had me some champagne. I had got me some roses, some balloons, you know. Yeah. And took care of me, like loved on me. And you know, what what I'm learning is, a lot of times people just don't believe you or understand how you do that. Um, but it's okay when you're healing and you're in a space of your own, right? And you're trying to how to love you and appreciate you. Um, it looks funny to people that ain't used to it or haven't tried it or whatever. And yeah, but it was cool. I really enjoyed it. And I hope y'all enjoyed y'all Valentine's weekend as well. But anyways, um I have so much on my mind. Um so much on my mind. But I guess I would talk about um mothering today. Um in a situation I've been a single mother primarily the whole time of my children being here. Yes, I've been in relationships here and there. But even in those relationships, I was still like a single parent. And I know it sounds crazy, but again, like I've said in previous videos, all of my decision making hasn't been the best. And sometimes we make decisions based off of a need, and then or of a desire. And the relationships that I have had since my children's father, I thought they were all in, not just for me, but for my children. I really did. Because again, they representatives showed up. And when their representative shows up, they show up pristine. Like they be on top of business. You hear me? And so, found out once things got real that it wasn't what it was, right? So again, I've been a single mother of two girls and two boys. And being being a single mother, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You don't Yeah, you have your moments where you're tired and you're frustrated and you need the help. But at the same time, it's like if I can't get it, then what do? I gotta figure it out. And this has always been the way I've thought. And it's one thing to have daughters, right? Because I'm a woman. I can teach them about being a woman. I can teach them the ins and outs of being a woman. But when you have sons and you're the only parent that's present, it gets a little tricky. And I've said this before, raising boys is harder to me than girls. Um, and it's because I can't teach him how to be a man, but I can teach him the things that will cause you to not be a man, the things that will cause you harm and going down the wrong road. I can teach them how to respect a woman, embrace a woman, love a woman, you know, but it's certain things that I can't teach them because I don't know because I'm not a man. But I did my very best. Not only did I do my best, I because I wasn't a man and because I don't know the ins and outs of a man from a man perspective, not dealing with a man, not being in a relationship with a man, but actually being a man and the challenges that they face as a man, um, I did seek um help. My oldest son, I got him in a Big Brother program. He had a Big Brother for years. My church, the men in my church gravitated to him, got him up under their wings, loved on him even to this day, poured into him, tried to help steer him the right way. And he still, chose to do what he wants to do. My second son, he's still young. He have a godfather. He have brother-in-laws. Um, they really take time with him and pour into him and teaching him how to be a man. He's also a athletic kid. He play basketball, football, run track. So he have coaches and they be on his road, staying in his face, trying to help teach him and mold him into a man. Um, And I just feel and believe, unless the fathers really step up and be present, that's the best I can do. But with that being said, one of my things um is I don't want anyone, including their biological father, in their life if they're going to teach them harmful, dishonest, unintegrity. Wait a minute, what's the word I'm trying to say? No integrity, no morals, no values, no respect. You know, I don't want nobody in their life that is not going to teach them the good things. If you want to be deadbeat, irresponsible, do that over there on the other side. Because I've tried to raise responsible, integrity filled, moral filled, respectful children, girls and boys, my girls and boys, right? And so if anyone is coming in to teach contrary to that, you can just step aside and stay away. And a lot of time, like I've been hearing a lot of men and talk about how baby mamas and ex-wives and girlfriends don't let them be fathers and do what men supposed to do with boys. And for me, from where I sit, if they're not teaching them proper, because right looks right, wrong looks wrong, period. You can say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, if the fruit that you're bearing is molded, um, yucky looking, it's not good fruit. But if you growing fruit that's producing fruit that is vibrant and you can eat it and it tastes good, it smells good, it looks good, you're doing the right thing. Right? And so a lot of times us mothers, we know the man. I know my ex-husband for a fact. And yeah, he don't have integrity, unfortunately. Yes, I chose him, or he chose me, and I accepted, right? But I was 16, wasn't even 16, barely 16. And yes, but at the same time, as a man, you got to grow up, just like a woman has to grow up. We have to grow up. When we start having these children, we have to grow up. My children, my boys, is the ones that my heart hurts the most for. Yes, my girls too. I'm not saying that my heart don't hurt for my girls, but it really hurts for my boys because they are in a society where it's already black men ain't this and black men ain't that. It's already the stigma of black men ain't about nothing. They don't care about nothing and nobody. All the things that society has painted this picture about our black men, and I never wanted my boys to fall into that statistic, that stigma, right? And unfortunately, one of them did. Guess what? I have to sit in it. I have to look at what happened. Out of all the things that I've tried, out of all the things that I've done, what happened? And DNA is a baby. DNA is something serious. DNA, it's a powerful, it's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. You know what I mean? And so, um, I just had a situation, and I posed this question on Facebook, and I asked men, what makes a father, daddy look out for his sons before he look out for his daughters, especially when his sons are making bad decisions and choices and his daughters are making good decisions, really trying to do things the right way. And it came from a situation where my son is in trouble, didn't have to be in trouble, put himself in trouble, and he needs some help. But the help that he needs ain't with money, ain't with, it's with God. That's the help he needs. It's nothing we can do. And even if it is something we can do, us doing it is only making matters worse. Because one thing that I've always taught my children, and they can tell you, for every action, there's a reaction, whether good or bad. There are consequences and rewards. So choose wisely. Excuse me. And so he has made some choices that he has to suffer the consequences of his actions. But on the other hand, my daughter needs help. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to help her. Very seldom that I'm not able to help my children. Very, very, very seldom that I'm not able to help my children. They can tell you. But I wasn't able to help. And I told her, call your dad. She was hesitant. Mama, no, mama. I said, call your dad. That's what he's for. When you run into a situation and you need a little help, that's what we're for. Mind you, she don't call and ask. Neither one of us, especially not him, for much of anything. She called him and asked for his help. His response was, he's trying to help her brother. He'll get back with her. I was livid. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna front. I'm still livid. Because how do you help one and not want to help the other? First off. And what she's needing help with is way more important than what he's needing help with because he got himself in that situation. He did not listen. She's taking care of her business. She goes to work. She's doing what she has to do. And the very least, because she doesn't ask for much, is for you to help. And the saddest part about it was she didn't even ask him to give it to her. She asked for him to allow her to borrow it until her taxes come in. She still haven't heard from him. That's been 3 days ago. That's a problem. That's a problem. And as a mother, you have those moments. Like I already called him and everything. She said, no, 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 mama, no, that's okay. I expected him to do me like that because that's how he do me. And that broke my heart because that's his first daughter. The only one of his children, well, I think he have one other child that has went to college and but has really been our best child, trying her level best to do what's right. And you can't help her, but you want to come up with thousands and thousands of dollars for a son that doesn't listen to you, me, and no one else. Make that make sense to me. Y'all help me if I'm wrong, but that's a problem. And I think that's why baby mama's baby dad is foolishness. And I hate that because I'm not a baby mama. I'm the mother of his children, period. I hate that the scales are not equal, and they need to be. Fathers usually take care of the daughters, regardless. Not this one. And you know his excuse? They have husbands. Again, they do. They all young. And they're still growing. And they need help from time to time, just like we did. His mom helped him in his 40s, in his early 50s. His mama was helping him. So, yeah, my mama helped me up until she passed away 5 years ago. So it bothers me when a parent that has always leaned on their parents for help to have the audacity to not want to help their own children when they need their help. We as parents, especially Black parents, we got to do better, including myself. I'm not exempt because my mouth can be reckless. I think that's probably the worst thing about my parenting that I'm working on, because I'm gonna give them it. I'm gonna give it to them raw and uncut and uncensored, and I don't sugarcoat with my children. None of them. I hold them accountable. I hold them accountable. Right now, I haven't heard from my son since the 13th. And I told his girlfriend to let him know I don't want to hear from him till he get his mind right. I love him. I be praying, but get your mind right, because the young man that you are portraying right now is not the young man that I raised, and I will not accept it. Nope. Because whether people believe it or not, your children gonna always be a reflection of you. To this day, people tell me, you're just like your mama, you're just like your I'm a reflection of her. Eh, both of them. And they're not even here any longer. But it's certain things that I may do that is a reflection of them. People gonna always see my parents when they see me. And we gotta stop acting like that's not true. And yes, we can do the very best, and our kids still gonna can stray. Because of course, they're their own person at the end of the day, right? But with that being said, we still have to make sure they know that certain things is unacceptable. And we can't keep trying to run away from how our children are. I did the best I could, right? But the other parent was absent. So the best I could was tainted because it was just me. And then I had other ones to try to instill things, teach, instill things in. But it takes more than just the mother, it takes more than just the father. It even takes more than just the mama and the daddy. My mama helped me a lot. My grandmother helped me a lot. Those two women were my backbone. When they say it takes a village, it takes a village. We need to stop being so quick to be offensive when people are checking our kids. I had to go up to the school the other day behind my 14-year-old. They telling me, oh, we don't know what happened since the beginning of the school year. He's horse playing in the hallways. He's talking back. He's cursing. Up what? Thank y'all. I didn't go in there with attitude with these people. They deal with my son 8 hours a day. They know him. They trying to help. You got to know your children, and you got to know what they will and won't do. You got to know what they're capable of before you always having been offensive and on a defense about people checking your kids. That might save their life. And as a black culture, we have it bad. Can't nobody say nothing to our kids. Can't nobody discipline our kids. And honestly, it is boundaries. It's limits. Of course it is. But you even gotta know it as a parent. Some things ain't hurting them. My son got 10 coaches, 8 of them men. Yeah, they gonna scream at him. Yeah, they gonna yell at him. Yeah, they may even cuss at him from time to time. Okay, I cuss at him from time to time. I yell at him because we want him to be better, not to harm him. And you should know as a parent the difference in a person trying to help or harm. You got to know that. And you got to be open minded, especially when you're doing it alone. Sometimes you just need that extra help, and it's okay. See, I taught my kids don't be afraid to ask for help because I'm not afraid to ask for help. So, with that being said, we're going to have to keep on teaching, keep on loving, and keep on holding our children accountable and teaching them right from wrong, teaching them about respect, morals, values, integrity, teaching them these things. Because if we don't, they're going to suffer. They're going to suffer the hard way, and they don't have to because that's where we come in at. Let's teach our kids. Let's become more present. Let's be more involved. Let's stop turning a blind eye and start creating villages again so that our children can get back on the right road so we can quit losing them to the system, losing them to the graveyards, losing them to drugs and alcohol. Let's create a healthy village that our children will be safe. Can we do that as we healing, making sure our kids are not being traumatized, not being abused the best we can? If we can do it as a village, then we can get things back on task. Of course, we got to have God in it because ain't nothing we can do without Him. So, with that being said, like, share, subscribe, invite people in. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Exhale Breathe. You can find you, girl. Check me out. Like, share, subscribe. Invite people in. Join the conversation. Leave a comment. Ask questions. Whatever. We're healing one day at a time. And the journey is real. Peace. Goodbye for now.